Hello music creators, let's play Choir Essentials by Stress of Sampling right now. Okay, so let's check out the example I just wrote here using Choir Essentials and strings, which are also from Stress of Sampling, which is afflatus strings, lush strings legato, and this is orchestral percussion X3M by also Stress of Sampling. Altogether sounding like this. Nice! So what is Choir Essentials? Well, let's take a look here. This is the interface. And by the way, it's a contact library. It's right here. And actually, I am a huge fan of Stress of Sampling as a developer. They are among my top 3 software instrument developers. And the reason is the quality is really high, and they spent a lot of time making the features really work for us composers. So let's check this out, what we have here in the library. You get performance patches. By the way, this is basically a collection of their different libraries. Instead of having the full version of each library, the Choir Essentials get you basically the essentials of a choir. So you get men performance, women performance, a full performance, and children performance, plus legatos of the different ranges: altos, basses, children, altos, children, sopranos, sopranos, and tenors. So, I mean, check this out. This is just the ensemble patch. So what I love about this library in particular, or older, I think older choir libraries, is that it's instantly playable. So if I just play staccatos, that you can do with practically any orchestral choir library, but with this library you can go from staccato to marcato to longs by simply playing, like so staccato. And especially when you have this dynamic influencer active, so you can use the mod wheel for expression. And you can also use the dynamics of the velocity level for expression. As you can hear, there's a difference when I press those keys harder. So what are the downsides of getting the Choir Essential compared to all the full libraries? Well, basically you don't get access to all the syllables. That's basically it. You don't get access to, and also some extra deeper features, but you get basically everything you need. So I think I will start using this as like a starting point in the composition, because it's also lighter weight in terms of RAM and CPU usage, but it gets the job done in most cases, actually, because you can just, I mean, listen to this choir passage again. So I'm going from, if you go in here, whoops, I'm going from a long with the dynamic crescendo, then into staccatos, and then these longer notes are marcatos. And it's also, I'm using the full performance patch, because that way I get both the men and women, so a fuller range. And there I did a diminuendo and a crescendo. I'm actually using slight variations over the phrase here with the dynamics wheel, mod wheel. So let's get out from, oh no, Logic, what are you doing? there. So let me just go through the other performance patches quickly here. So this is the full performance patch. And basically, another reason I like this is the interface is the same. So the features are the same regardless of patch. So let's say you only want to go with the men, load that up, and then you can see you get the microphone positions here, the levels, and also you can pan them and decrease or increase width. Now I have the men. Let's play it down here on my piano keyboard. It's so fun to be able to just play like that. I don't have to load up or create the phrases from syllables. It just works. So there's no key. Well, there is a key switch. I'm not even sure what. I think this resets the phrases so it starts. I wonder if I can select the first syllable that should be played after resetting the round robin cycle. Yeah, so this is the only key switch. Nice. So I can start every new phrase with whichever syllable I want. So let's select that. So it starts with se, so you get more of a. I mean, if you start with ch, k, or z, I think it will be. Let's start with the consonant actually. K. Okay, so if I play another note now, it goes to no. But if I use the key switch, let's see if I can find it there. If I use the key and then key switch, it starts over. So that way you can always go back. I would have liked if they actually made key switches also for all of them, but I understand why they want to simplify the features. Again, the dynamic influencer basically means that you not only can you control with a mod wheel, and by the way, listen to the sound. The sound of stress of samplings all choirs is amazing. The choir they used, they really have that strong, passionate vibrato. I almost want to sing together with them, but my voice is not as awesome as these guys. So, and you can also switch here. So this is a performance patch. So you get both basses and tenors, or so only the basses. Let's increase the dynamics. Oh, it's, I mean, the sound, these people, and the engine itself, of course. It's, by the way, one of the best things about stress of sampling is that they really know how to make good legato and polyphonic legato, which I will show you soon. You can choose how you play the ranges here. So let's go up so you can see either divided, so you can have the basses and tenors. Or normal, which is overlap, like how they actually sound in the pitch here, which I almost always use because I want the key I press to represent the actual pitch of that note. Or you can play in octaves if you want to play the basses and tenors. So you just have to play one note at a time and play octaves. Okay, so that's that. You have an extra reverb if you want to. And the dynamic influencer, just drag this grab this slider and drag it to the right. Now you get plus minus 6 decibel added on top of the mod wheel dynamics with the velocity. So from slow or low. You hear that? When I press it harder, you get that as well. Okay, so that's men. You have women performance like this. I mean, you get a whole choir performance that plays beautifully. And I mean, it's not as much as you are used to with some choir sample libraries. It's only 0.66 gigabyte for this entire performance patch, both alto, sopranos, and all the mic positions. So you can, of course, remove, let's say, the close mics, and it goes down in RAM. And by the way, let's listen to just the close mics. Oh, we have to remove the reverb. I mean, it sounds so tight. Let's do the Deca mics. Let's increase the dynamics. And here you can hear the microphone staging here from the left and right. Is more to the right in my ears at least. And the whole mics. I don't know what hole they recorded in. And I mean, if you like, you can use all the mic positions, but not use the internal reverb. And if you want to add more cinematic orchestral vibe, just add your own external reverb in your DW. Let me try out the sustain pedal, by the way. So if I play... Oops, as you can see, I'm too low here. They can't go there. But what range do you get? So this is the altos and sopranos in the women. I get from C3 to C6. That's quite a range. Then you have also children performance. I don't think I ever had a children choir at my disposal as a composer. So this will be interesting. Let's see where we are. Wow. Now, by the way, I actually just noticed they use different syllables for the different performance patches. So children here gets these. So, and that was the women. Then the full performance, as you heard in the beginning of this video. And by the way, this gets you both men and women with all the basses, tenors, and everything. So it goes from D2, and by the way, I'm using C4 as the middle key. Let's try the sustain pedal. In fact, let's try the breath controller, which I have set up to dynamics, so I can play things like this. And watch, this is mode wheel here. Let's see if I can play just the legatos here. Amazing. Okay, so let's go into the legato folder. If you just want to have that beautiful soft legato patches, you have altos, basses, legato, children, alto, soprano. You can see here. Let's try the. Let's try the sopranos. Are those the highest? I think so. So you can, as you can see, now you don't get any phrases because this is just the beautiful legatos. Sometimes you just need some ahs. Let's try this again. And I will also the influencer to max. By the way, polyphonic legato, so I can play chords and still have that beautiful smooth legato. Oh, I'm trying to play the bass here. Of course, I cannot. It doesn't extend to that range. Nice, and you can also, with the legato patches here, map the dynamics and expression. You can, oh, by the way, I love this. They have this in the strings library as well. Niente, which means with zero dynamics or lowest mode it will go to complete silence. So you can go from super quiet silence to max dynamics. And let's try this with the strings. So the strings work, the afflatus strings from stress of sampling also have this polyphonic legato and niente. So if you know stress of samplings, at least their newest libraries, they have the same kind of layout or interface. So if I play them both together, I will play the strings and the basses as well. Let's try that, but with the children alto. I don't know, just for the sake of it. Okay, so the range goes down a bit here. I have to find the sustain pedal, it just moves around on there. Goes up in range too high there. I don't know if it's possible with human voices, but I like instruments where you can just extend synthetically the range just a bit, like 2 or 3 half notes or so in both ranges. I don't know if they already did it, by the way, but this is the range here. So that's like the downside with learning to compose for individual sections, especially choirs, because the human voice, to sound good, the range is not super wide, as you can see from here. It's just, what is it, like not even 2 octaves. I mean, let's try basses. I find basses can sound pretty bad in some choir libraries, but stress of sampling, they really nailed it. I don't know what kind of vocalists they use, but I mean, check this out. too high for this range. As you can see, it's somehow hard to be able to compose when you might miss out on the ranged part. I mean, strings here, the full strings. I mean, you could obviously simply go for ease of use, the choir ensemble performance pattern. You get the widest range possible with the entire sections all together. Let's try that as well. Where are you? Breath controller. Something I would have loved is like a... I don't think if it would have been possible with the niente here on the performance patches. Alright, so that is Choir Essentials for you, my friends. It's an amazing all-in collection with basically everything you need from choirs in your orchestral music compositions. I will leave a link in the description so you can check it out and learn more about this amazing library. Now choose which video you are going to watch next, or you can check out the amazing bonuses in the video description.